Let me put you in the big picture, as I see it. The election of Donald Trump has completely exposed Malcolm Turnbull, exposed the Prime Minister as not agile at all, but flat-footed, as a leader with no ideas, no direction and no communication skills. And the question now is, can Malcolm Turnbull survive the Trump effect? Contrast. In just 1 week as US President, Donald Trump has done more than Turnbull has in 16 months as Prime Minister. Now, whether you approve of what Trump's done or not, in his first week, he has really motored, honouring key election promises. He's cut the refugee intake, blocked people from 7 mainly Muslim nations from entering the US. He's ordered that illegal immigrants crossing from Mexico be detained. He's ordered a wall be built along the Mexican border. He's scrapped the Trans-Pacific trade deal, blocked federal funding of abortion services overseas and ended a ban on 2 critical oil pipelines. In just 1 week. That is impressive. Now, what has Malcolm Turnbull done in the 16 months he's been Prime Minister? Has he shown the same activity, the same sense of purpose? Here's another contrast. When Trump won the election, Malcolm Turnbull acted like it was a disaster. He called a press conference telling us not to panic.
This is a historic moment. It has been a long campaign. It is one that Australians have witnessed with awe, with consternation.
Turnbull seemed appalled and totally unprepared for Trump. He even had to get Trump's phone number from golfer Greg Norman, and has seemed in denial since. For instance, when Trump last week tore up the Trans-Pacific trade deal, takes in free market economies, Turnbull suggested the deal was not really dead. Communist China could take America's place. And that was a dumb idea that Japan quickly killed off. Again, compare. Here is British Prime Minister Theresa May on the weekend in Washington to show Trump that he at least had a real friend in Britain.
I'm delighted to be able to congratulate you on what was a stunning election victory. We're discussing a number of topics and there's much on which we agree.
And Trump was grateful for May's support, and no wonder when the media is so keen to make the world think he's a Hitler.
Actually, I'm not as brash as you might think. I am a people person. I think you are also, Theresa. And I can often tell how I get along with somebody very early, and I believe we're going to have a fantastic relationship.
And being grateful and a real deal maker, Donald Trump rewarded May, made her look influential, powerful, like someone who'd just changed the president's mind on NATO, the defence alliance, which May likes, but Trump had said was bludgeoning off the US and was obsolete.
Mr. President, I think you said, you confirmed that you're 100% behind NATO.
That is agile leadership from May. Everything that Turnbull promised to be, but hasn't delivered. I mean, no economic leadership in particular, with the government's debt now soaring towards $500 billion. And the result? The government has dropped to terrible new lows in last week's Essential poll, just 46% to Labor's 54%. And there are huge challenges ahead of Turnbull just to keep his party together. Here's another tip. Senator Cory Bernardi, a Conservative inspired by Donald Trump, could split from the Liberal Party very soon and start his own. Meanwhile, former Prime Minister Tony Abbott has just taken off the gloves and written 2 columns in 2 weeks telling Turnbull to get agile and reform things, to lead. The trouble for Turnbull is that voters have now seen Donald Trump. They've seen what real leadership looks like. And they can see they aren't getting it here.